What is the pacing like in The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 3? If you're curious about how the pacing works in the third episode of The Mandalorian's first season, you're in the right place. Let's break it down. The episode, titled Chapter 3, The Sin, is directed by Deborah Chow and written by Jon Favreau. After the first two episodes set a slow and intimate tone, this episode ramps things up significantly. The pacing is quite dynamic. The first half of the episode is relatively fast-paced, setting up the action that follows. It starts with the Mandalorian delivering the child to the client, which is a pivotal moment. However, instead of slowing down, the episode quickly shifts into high gear as the Mandalorian begins to feel guilty about handing over the child and decides to rescue it. This decision leads to a series of intense action scenes. The Mandalorian infiltrates the client's base, fights off Imperial stormtroopers, and then faces off against other bounty hunters. The action is well-paced, with a steady buildup of tension from the moment the Mandalorian lands on the planet until the final showdown. One of the standout aspects of this episode is how it balances action and scene setting. Despite the rapid pace of the action sequences, the episode still manages to advance our understanding of the Mandalorian culture and the character's past. The Armorer's role in replacing the Mandalorian's damaged armor with new Beskar steel is a key moment, and the confrontation within the Mandalorian Enclave adds depth to the story without slowing it down. The transition from slow-paced setup to high-octane action is masterfully handled by Deborah Chow. The episode avoids feeling jarring, despite the significant change in pace, and keeps the audience engaged throughout. In summary, the pacing in Chapter 3, The Sin, is a mix of rapid setup and intense action, balanced with clear-eyed scene setting that adds to the story without dragging it down. This balance makes the episode both entertaining and emotionally resonant, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats.